Hello everyone, I hope you are all fine. Today we will be covering an important topic, which is the Soul Exchange upcoming the 22nd of December. So first of all, I want to say that several great sources confirm this list to me. So I wouldn't be sharing this list if I wasn't sure the list is accurate. Okay, so very important point because I've seen some of the list shares that are not accurate, and I've got people that confirm me some previous Soul Exchange lists that were fully correct. Second, it can happen that there are one or two modification at last minute from the developers of the game. For instance, last time Costume Cadillac was withdrawn at last minute or maybe one day before and replaced by another green hero. So it can happen, but what we have now would be this list for the upcoming Soul Exchange 2022 of December. Okay, so just a reminder, the Soul Exchange, most of the persons that play the game know and are expecting this event because it gives the possibility to the player to trade 10 euros, 15 euros, or 20 euros against one euro of this list. So it is a great opportunity for cheap to play player. Free to play, it depends if they succeed gathering enough legendary heroes to have the possibility to obtain one precious hero, I would say. And for people who it can happen, who have all these heroes, well, they can still have a dupe and make room in their roster. Okay, so it's not completely useless, even if someone has the 15 heroes of this list, but it's not that frequent. Oftentimes you sometimes miss one or two. Okay, so now we're gonna review all heroes, okay, and try to rank them, which one is the most interesting of this row. I will give general advice. It always depends, obviously, of your roster and your need, okay? So overall, one hero can be better than another one, but in your particular case, you have to check if maybe, even if overall this hero is less great, maybe it's a good choice for you. And another thing to remind, if you do choose one of this hero, please check if you do have enough resources to upgrade him pretty quickly. In terms of, for instance, do you have the darts required? Do you have how many hitters do you have for this hero? Do you have yellow or red hitters to upgrade the hero? Because right now in the game, if you are upgrading a hero but you don't have enough emblems, you don't have enough hitters, it can be tricky to use this hero and even dangerous in wars. Okay, so first row, we have the row of 10 heroes, which is often the weakest one because it includes past heroes of the month. But this time it's better than other times, I would say. On the first slot, we have Jabberwocky Costume. So it's a hero that it's not that recent, featured in Festival Challenge in the past. It used to be a decent choice in defenses, especially in wing position, I would say. Not as tank, not as flank. Right now, it's not really used anymore. He's fast, okay, he's dealing a decent amount of damage, 300 on 2 heroes, but you have heroes that are far more dangerous right now in defenses in purple. So I don't know, for 10, I would say it's worth the 10 heroes because it can still have some use for moderate, intermediate players to help them to finish some tower events, for instance. So why not? But it's not that great of a hero, I would say. The good thing is that he's fast and he still has decent statistics and is coming with the costume. So you will have both the original version and the costume. The costume is a little bit better than the original version because it's doing more things. Let me just check on the game because it's a hero that I do have in my roster. I used to use it sometimes, but right now, not so much anymore. So I might be getting these emblems back one day. But it's putting some corrosive poison and lowers the mana generation. And this effect can't be cleansed. So it's not that bad, but it's not that great either, honestly. So it depends. If you need like a fast purple hero, why not? But if not, I wouldn't advise. We do have another really interesting choice for 10 hero. It's Mika. Mika, it's a hero that I also have. And I think he was underestimated when he went out. Because what I like, obviously, for Ninja Hero is that you can charge the first charge in 4 tiles if you do have the right troop and, for instance, a bard in your team. Okay, so you can launch him in 4 tiles. And he's doing good things for 4 tiles, sharing damage, buffing defense, buffing mana generation. There is a great combination with Anitra, which is the best hero of the month, because if you do have Mika, you can launch Anitra in 6 tiles in very fast. And then you have a good protection on your team, because Anitra receives 5% mana each time she receives a buff or a positive stack. Okay, some people might say that these heroes are not top meta. Obviously, they are not. But if you are not competing in top 100 alliances, I see a use for Mika. I haven't been using him lately, honestly, because I don't have Sha Wu Jing in my roster. If I did, I think I would set up a team with Mika, because it's giving a lot of buffs to the team, and then I would be able to launch Sha Wu Jing pretty quickly. But it's not the case. I don't have him, unfortunately. But I use Mika a lot. I let the emblems in it, and I even limit broken one at the first limit broken possibility. But in terms of statistics, raw statistics, it will be a little bit behind. But I still think it's a decent hero. And if you have the second charge, you can have a buff of 50% defense, 33 mana generation, and you can even go as high as 73% defense. So really good. So Mika, for me, is definitely worth the 10 souls, no doubt. Then we have Eora and the card is in French, but it's Eora and Fluffy. She was a decent sniper at the time, 550% damage, but the issue is she is at average mana, so I really don't like average mana, and you see the raw statistics are not great at all. She's even way behind current heroes of the month. So yeah, for the heroes that I think are not worth it, I won't be going like in full details. But for me, a right to do is too weak for a sniper in the current meta. So I wouldn't consider her for the 10 souls. Then I will go pretty quick because for me they are garbage, sorry. But Nor is not good at all. She's slow mana and she's mostly only doing minions that are vulnerable to a lot of things. So really weak hero, she would definitely need a buff. So don't waste your 10 souls on her. On the contrary, Frost was a really decent hero of the month. It can still be serviceable in some areas of the game if you have mighty pets to associate with him or heroes from the first generation of War of Three Kingdoms, such as Diao-Shan, which is interesting because she's also in the list. But the statistics again are really low. So unless you are limit broken him one or twice, he would be very vulnerable. At least he's fast, he's rock class, so why not? But he's missing something for me at this stage. It will give a little bit of mana with the elemental link, but overall it will be hard to optimize this utilization in current meta as well. So for this first row, I would put Micah as first choice. For me, it would be my first choice if I had to make a choice. I would put Jabberwock second, Frost in third, Eora and Fluffy in fourth, and Noor in fifth. But Noor, honestly, I would put her in like 99th place if I had to do a ranking. She's one of the worst hero of the game to me. So now let's go to the row of 15 heroes. We have Kemeni, Eloise, Winifred, Costume Vanda, and Costume Athena. So a really interesting line, the line of 15, definitely. Kemeni is quite a rare hero because it wasn't available for a long time, maybe one or twice in the Gargoyle portal summon, but that's all. Again, unfortunately, the statistics are not great, but they are a little bit better than the ones in the first row. Gargoyles have an amazing passive, which is a stun skin, so that's really good. He's dealing a significant amount of damage, 330% of damage to all enemies, and it can be increased as high as 655. But it depends on the number of ailments he has on him, similar to Captain Nemo. So it's a little bit complicated to have the maximum output of the damage, but it can deal a lot of damage if you have all these conditions. So he's not a bad hero. I would consider him for 15 souls. If you are in an intermediate alliance for Rush Wars, you can pair him with Guardian Panther, kill her, and you can have a good 3-shot in purple. So Kemeni is not a bad hero, definitely. We have Eloise. Eloise was good when she was available. For minions, she's a minion counter, but now we do have super minion from goblins, which cannot be countered by this type of skills, unfortunately. The statistics here are also weak. She's dealing a decent amount of damage, 270%, but it's way behind other heroes like Queen Gu Wang, which can deal, who can deal 335, I believe, and with more attack. So she can have a use in Minion Wars, but apart from that, I don't see her taking a good spot in your attacking team or even in defense. So she's pretty much niche and specialist for this minions war. So for me, she's not versatile enough, unfortunately. We do have a bard in this list, so a lot of people might be happy because bards are really great. They give 5% mana to all your team if you put different families, so it's a really precious mana gain in your team. Obviously, she's not the best of the bards. Rice and Phenexa, even Selimen or Narcissa are way better. So I would say she's one of the last bards as legendary, but she can still have a use in your team, especially in Rush. She's dealing a good amount of damage, 550, but a little bit less to adjacent enemies. And she's giving other effects, so that's great. Minus 54% of attack for 5 turns. It is pretty nice. And the targets that are hit cannot receive new bonus effects during 5 turns. So yeah, she's a great hero still to me. She would need to be limit broken once at least, I think. But yeah, good hero, especially for Rush. After that, we have Vanda. Vanda costumes that I only use now for Rush Wars, but she still has a slot in my team, especially when we do are battling against a lot of half freaks. She's a good counter because if you succeed launching her, you have immunity for 3 turns to mindless attack. So that's pretty great. The statistics are decent on her. You will have the base hero and the costume at really fast. You don't take her for her damage, obviously. You take her for her immunity to new status ailment for 3 turns. So yeah, she's great for 15. She's really decent. Last but not least, we have a Tina costume, I believe, if I'm just double checking. Yeah, it is a costume. So a Tina costume, really, really good hero because it's one of the only hero combining classic elemental defense down and defense down. You have both on one hero, but it's for fire enemies. For Titans, obviously, she's amazing. For Mythic Titan, she is a perfect hero. I think she can still be great because they gave a buff to a costume for the Tavern of Legends. So you can see mine, Limit Broken 1, she has a decent amount of attack and life points. So I still use her on some occasion. So yeah, Athena, another great choice for 15, definitely. And I don't have Athena costume on my smaller account. She might be my choice on my smaller account. Yeah, so we are at the end of the second row. So for me, the first one would be Athena, obviously. Really, really great because she will be the best for one of the best for Titans, but she will be also versatile in other areas of the game. Second, it's more complicated, but I would put Vanda costume because she's really fast. She gives you immunity for 3 turns. In current meta, you need to have fast and a really fast hero to try to defend your team effectively. So I would put Vanda costume in second. Yeah, this second row, it's more close than the first one, I would say. In third position, I would put Winifred just for the Bard bonus. In fourth, I would put Kemeni. And in fifth, Heloise, unfortunately. And we are coming to the last and final row. We have Jiao Shan, Costume White Rabbit, Phileas Fogg, Grenade, and Thetis. So a really interesting line as well. I'm pretty disappointed because I have all these heroes except Thetis. But let's see these heroes. So Jiao Shan, she was one of the best healers when she was released. One of on the first wave of War of Three Kingdom heroes. She's still a decent hero, usable in wars, obviously. The issue here, again, is the statistics, I would say, because she will be a little bit fragile, but she's giving you a decent amount of heal in fast to all allies. 35% is really good. The minions are usable. It's not only meat minions, it is minions that they can steal some buffs. So Jiao Shan is still to be considered. It is my costume White Rabbit, so you can see its potential at Limit Broken 1. I still use it with other yellow heroes. You can associate him with Anne, Jove, Erlang Shen, and you have a good 3-shot. A little bit on the weakest side for the damage, unfortunately, only 260, which is a little bit weak in comparison to hero like Erlang or Falin or even Christine Day, which is dealing 355, but is still fast. it will put it's putting a defense down on 3 targets, which is really good. In yellow, you don't have that many heroes that put a defense down. Minus 34% for 3 turns. Yeah, so really good hero. If you are attacking with other yellow fast heroes, it's a no-brainer for me. You can give him a slot in your team, definitely. Phileas Fogg is more of a Titan specialist for the elemental down in nature, minus 58%. But here you don't have the costume, unfortunately. So you can see really weak statistics, only 1,300 life points. He has he has like a good thing, which is he can withdraw the bonus but only on 1 target, but he's doing priority dispel, so it's still interesting. But we have other heroes that can do way more, and they have priority dispel on all targets. I'm thinking about Louis, even if he's average, that's true. Hypnos is way better, obviously. So yeah, depending on your roster, if you need a priority dispel and a good nature defense down, why not? But if you don't need that, I wouldn't select him. And after that, we do have Grenat and Tethys. Grenat, I have this hero in my deck. For a long time, I've been using her. But now have better options, but she's still a great hero. I would say the first charge is kind of weak, only 180 life points given as boosted health, and only immunity for 2 turns. At the time, she was a way better hero than Grazul, obviously. But now, I think I much prefer Aetor or the blue one, which is doing the same thing, but more effectively, Thalassa. So, yeah, if you like heroes that are giving immunity, I would select her, no doubt. If you don't, there are better options, of course. Yeah, and we have Tethys, which is featured currently in Atlantis, so that's pretty funny. She's a great E3 hero, definitely. But my issue is, again, the statistics. It's not a really recent hero, but she's doing interesting things. Water damage. And she's also giving a decent attack boost. So yeah, why not? But really depending on your roster again, I would put... sorry, a little bit ill. I would put Diaoshan first. Yeah. Costume White Rabbit second, Grenat as third, Tethys as fourth, and Phileas Fogg as fifth. What's interesting me right now, please don't hesitate to comment which hero would you choose in this list. Are you happy about this list? Are you disappointed? Yeah, for me a little bit disappointed, but it's not a bad list, but this event is pretty rare. So each and every time people do have expectations, and yeah, they didn't put any premium hero in this list. They didn't put Oniwakamaru, they didn't put a bard like Narcissa or Rhys. It would have really sent a message that they could put premium hero, even if not the latest one, in this. It seems like they're kind of trying to save room for next select change. But the issue is, each time they're putting heroes that are already not really current, most of them. So yeah, it's a little bit late every time, that's my opinion. But it's better than nothing, and it can still help some people to make their deck, make their roster more versatile. So yeah, thank you for listening to me. If you're gone until the end of this video, don't hesitate to subscribe, and I see you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye bye.